Hi, I'm Clive. I'd like to share with you a concept called the three C's. This was put together in the early 2000s by Cas de Wet in Amsterdam and has been used in many organizations. And recently, many people are using it to help with their strategy, to just look inside their business. It can be used at any level. This is the concept of it. I'm going to just share a screen with you and just take you through how to use this. So this is really the concept of the three C's. The three C's stand for clarity, commitment, and competence. Now, clarity is like saying, where are we going? How clear is this understanding, the strategy, the vision, the purpose, the structure of the organization? The commitment is the morale, the values, the passion, the culture. It's the people feeling, the DNA. And then competencies is not just the people competencies, they're part of it, the leadership competencies and the competencies of the skills, but it's also the processes, systems, and resources, the tools, etc. What do we have in our organization in order to be competent to do what we need to do? Now, each of these are based on a percentage. So, for example, if you take the three: clarity, commitment, and competencies, and at the base is 0, and that where the peak there is 100. If you feel that it's 50%, you would mark it there, and 40 would be there, etc. And ideally, when one looks at your organization, don't just do it as an individual, one person. If there's a team of you, a leadership team, get everybody to do this independently, see what the results look like, and then there's lots of debate and discussion around, is it a 50, is it a 90, is it a 10%, whatever. We need to have that open, collaborative discussion to come out with a collective final figure. Now, it's a gut feeling. We're not measuring anything specifically. It's a gut feel of how clearly we think the business is in the future, how committed are ourselves and our people. Individually, we might be committed, but look at the entire workforce. And then the competency levels that we have. And this can be done at any level of the entire organization. So to help you with some of the questions that you might want to see is, let me just move this down here, is, for example, do we know where we're going? Are we in agreement of the direction? Do others know where we're going? Maybe you want to do a quick screen grab if you're watching this and just grab those questions because they're really good. You don't have to answer every one of these questions, and they're not necessarily an exhaustive list. But these questions will help you kind of get an understanding around the clarity, around the commitment, and around the competency. So those are there to help the discussion go forward. And then what you then need to do is to say, okay, let us now map this. We have our percentages, and there's some areas where we type. What are the things we need to do? If our position, for example, is 50%, then what do we need to do to improve that 50%? What do we need to do? What are the things we need to put in place? Maybe it's to get more clarity. People need to understand the vision, the purpose, what the organization is. Maybe there's better communication required, whatever. But just jot down the things that will help. And similarly, commitment, the passion, the commitment that people have. What are the things we need to do to improve that commitment? And finally, the competencies. What is required, not only from a skills or a people competency, but a process, a resource, those competencies. And once again, type in the things that will help. And then once you have that, you will be able to have a basis for starting to figure out what needs to be done in the organization. How can we get better clarity? How can we get better commitment? How do we get better competencies? And obviously from that, it can be an internal view of your organization, which will help if you're putting a strat plan together, or you just really just want people to engage and feel part of where the business is going. It's a super little model. So I just ask you to try that out. Give me a buzz if you want any more information. I'm happy to share the basic model with you, but it's a very simple little tool. So it's really just saying clarity, commitment, competencies. Where are we? Look at some of those questions. What can we do to help our organization? And it really is a wonderful tool.